Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Drummond. If you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know whenever I load up my next video. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some of my experiences on the gay dating app Grindr, or should I say gay hookup app, because I feel like very few people end up dating someone that they meet on Grindr. Not saying that it's impossible, but I'm just saying that very few people do. Mainly because I feel like Grindr versus other dating apps, Grindr's kind of shows you the people super close and who's online right now. So I feel like a lot of people get on Grindr to just kind of find who is horny right now. And that's what a lot of people use that app for. And I haven't been on Grindr in a long time, so if any of you guys have seen a profile picture with my face on it, it's not me, promise. Haven't been on there since probably before Matt and I started dating, which has almost been 2 years now. But before I jump into some of my stories about people I've talked to on Grindr or people I've met off of Grindr, I kind of wanted to talk about two books that I had read recently. One being The Velvet Rage. This book is actually pretty awesome. I like it just because it really dives into what it's like to be a gay person growing up in a world where everyone else is pretty much straight. And I fell in love with the book. I actually did a video on my channel somewhere talking about how much I enjoyed the book and how I feel like everyone in the gay community, especially gay males, should read the book just because it's a real eye-opening experience. I feel like I'm the type of person that I've really found who I am, and I'm like, there's nothing that growing up gay has affected me in a negative way. And then I read this book and I was just like, wow, I was kind of affected in that way, and wow, I do think that way. Wow, that kind of did impact the way I look at the world. But yeah, if you haven't already, you should definitely check this one out. You can get it pretty much anywhere. I also downloaded it on Audible because I drive a lot, and it's an awesome read. The person who reads it actually has a pretty upbeat voice, so it's not boring to listen to on Audible if you've got that app as well. The second book I want to talk about is actually a book that was suggested to me by the author after I posted my video about the most previous book, and that one's called Grindr Survivor, and this is Andrew London's book. I feel like this just goes in sync with everything that I talk about on my YouTube channel, which is pretty awesome because there are so many different things that we judge ourselves off of and base our lives and thoughts around. And in the gay community, I feel like apps like Grindr most definitely affect the way that we feel and think about ourselves. So if you haven't heard of this book, definitely go check it out. I got this one off of Amazon, and hopefully one day I will get to meet the author and have him sign it. It's kind of nice to kind of be able to talk to the author about a book that you've read. So if you guys haven't already, go check this book out, read it, it's awesome, and then go try to talk to the author. He's pretty cool too. So now I guess it's time to talk about some of my Grindr stories. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is how open Grindr is to just allowing everyone to send you messages, and it's something that drives me insane. When I had Grindr on my phone in the past, there was times when I didn't upload a picture of my face or my body or anything just because when I did that, so many people started messaging me that I'd lost conversations of people I was actually interested in talking to and getting to know, because everyone just started sending dick pics and everyone started sending messages, and I was just like, wow, this is so overwhelming. So I started not putting a picture on Grindr just because I prefer to be able to talk to the people I'm interested in. People say that because I didn't have a face picture, they thought I was fake, and I've been accused of being fake several times. It happens. It's funny when someone tells you that they know the real you and they're gonna let the real you know that I'm using his pictures, and I was just like, okay, that's fine. Go tell the real me that I'm using my pictures. That's fine. Some of the people that I've met in person, I would say that I've met some good people off of Grindr. Not everyone's bad. There's some people on there that are actually looking for something more than just a hookup. Not that a hookup's bad, because sometimes people just want to hook up, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as both parties are okay with it just being a hookup. But I had this one guy, he was talking to me, and maybe I was reading things wrong, but I was talking about hanging out and actually watching something on TV or a movie, and he was like, yeah, that sounds awesome, I'd love to get to know you and meet you. So I was like, okay, this sounds awesome, you should come over. I'm off for the rest of the evening and my roommates are gone. And he shows up, and as soon as I open the door, he just like drops his pants. And I'm like, wow, this is not at all what I was expecting. I guess Grindr is kind of the place to find people like that, but wasn't what I was expecting when I said come over and watch a movie. And I just kind of looked at him and I was like, wow. And he was just like, wow, this is embarrassing. And he like pulls his pants up and leaves. And I was just like, this was really awkward. He kind of knows where I live, and this was kind of his idea of a hookup, even though nowhere in our messages had we talked about hooking up. Some other Grindr stories that I have are kind of people with weird fetishes, and sometimes I feel like there's people on there that are just like goofing around and messaging you to see how far you'll let them go before you're just like, okay, this is weird. And one person I was talking to was talking to me about wanting me to send him my dirty socks because apparently the smell of my dirty socks is something that he believed would turn him on, and he wanted me to send them to him in the mail or leave them in a certain place, and he was going to go pick them up. And I was just like, this is extremely weird. And I don't know if he was using his real picture, just because this guy seemed pretty attractive, and it kind of seemed unrealistic for someone like that to have that type of fetish. But not saying that because you're an attractive person that you can't have fetishes. It's just that it was very weird that this person was messaging me for socks, and he wouldn't ever send me any more pictures of himself other than the one that was his profile picture. And I was just like, okay, it was great talking to you, but I'm not really into that type of fetish, and I don't really have socks that I want to give away. I prefer to wear my socks and then throw them out when they go bad. I don't want someone sniffing them. That's a little bit weird. Some other interactions I've had on Grindr are just a little bit awkward for me because I really suck at like talking dirty and sexual with people. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that in the moment I want something to be happening and I just want it to just kind of happen. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, you want to do this? You want me to do that? And I'm just like, there's so many people that go, oh yeah, if I was there, what would I be doing? And I'm like, laying beside me, maybe kissing, maybe taking your shirt off. I don't really know. And I feel like a lot of guys just really want me to just be like, oh yes, I want this to be happening and I want you this deep in me. And I'm like, that's not the type of person that I am. I do enjoy sex. It's just, I don't like talking about it through an app like Grindr, just because one, you don't really know if the person you're talking to is the person that is in all the pictures that they've sent you. I like to try to verify people with Snapchat just because I've actually had people on Grindr sending me pictures of someone that I actually know. This person obviously didn't scroll far enough down my friend's Facebook page, because had they done that, they would have seen a picture of me and them together and been like, oh crap, can't be using this guy's pictures talking to this guy. I actually was letting this one guy just go with it, and he was like sending me all these pictures, and I was just like, oh nice, ooh, you're really attractive, I would love to meet you sometime. And then like after about a day of letting him do that, I sent him a picture of me and my friend, and I just got blocked instantly, which I think is kind of funny that someone is going to try to use other people's pictures to have a conversation with people and maybe get some nudes out of it. I'm the type of person that I've learned from sending nudes. I've talked about this in other videos. So I don't really do that on Grindr, just because you never know who you're talking to, and just to let you know, once you send it, it can be sent to 1,000 other people. You have no idea what that person's going to use your pictures for, and I've learned the hard way, so I don't do that anymore. I don't even have Grindr on my phone because, honestly, I'm not the type of person who's looking for like a hookup right here, right now. I'm more the type of person that I want to get to know someone that I'm interested in. I want to talk about similar interests and stuff, and then just meet up for dinner, get to know each other, and then go our separate ways. And if it clicked the first date, then maybe for a second date we'll do something a little bit more adventurous. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm the type of person that is meant for Grindr. And if you guys read either of those books, you would kind of see kind of what the gay culture does and how the gay social apps kind of affect like your mental thoughts about yourself. And I feel like since I've gotten rid of Grindr, I've been able to feel a lot better about myself, just because I don't enjoy being talked to like I'm a piece of meat. And I feel like some people think that when you're an attractive person that you enjoy getting talked to dirty and get pleasure out of having people tell you what they want to do to you. And for me, that's not really a thing. I'm the type of person that I would rather someone say, wow, you're extremely smart, and wow, I really like your content on YouTube. It's just, I prefer those type of compliments than I do about physical appearance. I do try to make myself look attractive. I roll out of bed and take a shower and try to do something with my hair so that I don't look like a complete mess. but I prefer compliments based upon things that I actually work on, like my life coaching, my YouTube, and all the other things that I do out there in this world. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave some comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you got any crazy Grindr stories or other dating app stories, leave them down there in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. If you haven't already, make sure you check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Got all of those. I'll link those down below as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.